out of South Florida. And I just wanted to make this very quick video and following my plea last night and following the situation of today. And I know for myself, I'm relating this to the incident that happened, and I hate to even call it an incident so trivial. The loss of children and of other adult lives yesterday in Texas. And this also piggybacks on the Buffalo shootings of last week. But my mission is to save our children. That is really my focus. And I've experienced loss with a child as I've expressed before, and I'm dealing with estrangement of my other child and my grandchild, as many millions are. And I'm sorry, but I believe this is the root cause of my daughter's death and why children are even acting out as soon as they turn 18, and young adults not knowing what to do with maybe their pain or being introduced to hurting others. This is not a natural human aspect. But what do we do as people? Okay, we know laws, we know other kinds of things, but in the meantime, our nervous system, our grief, our sadness is right here accumulating in our cells. We don't know what to do with it. I sometimes think of, slimed. I didn't know when I lost my daughter what to do with the level of grief that I was feeling. I never had death touch me like that. And I've been studying trauma. I've been really studying the fight or flight response, and we are all dysregulated as it is with pandemics, with losing family members in that manner. And for me, my heart has been breaking for all the children of the Ukraine. How this will impact the amount of children being exposed to this level of trauma has been a big concern to me. And also to deal with the children that have been alienated from their parents has been a mission for me, and speaking out. How can I show up for children to give them love, to give them freedom of thought, and to make a difference? But what we can do today, and yesterday I am a Reiki practitioner, and I felt this energy being able to give this to someone else yesterday, and I realized that we have to go inside. We Prayer is huge, meditation is huge. It is huge for the vibrations it sends to the world of love and caring and peace. And it is huge for regulating our nervous system, for feeling that we can do something. There is the butterfly effect. What you are feeling, other people can feel on the other side of the world. We all know that. Look it up. It's scientifically proven. So being able to take all of this violence and sadness and anger in, retaliating, look what that does. It hurts other people. And if you use that as sliming another person and another person and another person, we can think of Dr. Seuss and the Cat in the Hat. Pink slime got everywhere. That will not help us. But in the meantime, to deal with yourself, to help your children, to help your family, we need to get that grief, that trauma, that awful feeling inside of us to calm down. And that is your vagus nerve. That is your nervous system. We have to dampen that down. There are binaural beats. You can go onto YouTube. Those megahertz at certain areas regulate your body system. We are mainly water. We are liquid, and energy is hugely important. Sometimes if I wake up in the middle of the night, I put those on, and it's amazing. I can feel it in my cellular cells and my nervous system to be able to calm down and to go right back to sleep. It is huge. There are wonderful singing bells, singing bowls. All of those vibrational energies um, can help you. If you want to get Reiki, It is sending energy and calming down the energy of your systems. I know meditation can be hard for people, but if you can even do it for 1 or 2 minutes, that is another thing that you can do. Meditation can also be slowly walking, just slowly walking. There are so many meditations now that are guided meditations. You can find those on YouTube or apps such as Calm or Insight. Those things are readily available now for us. We need to do that now because only then, when we are calm, when our nervous system is calm, can we make rational decisions. Can we be able to function in our daily life? And you can reach out to me if you would like some help in those areas. That is the space I'm working with. How do we go on from events such as these in our lives? Last night I had a business Zoom and and a training, and I did not go to them. And I said it is because of the events of Texas. Now, normally I would do that no matter what is happening. I show up. I show up in integrity. I show up in my business. However, I felt it was such a dishonor to the people and the parents and the loved ones that whose lives were taking in Texas that I paused and I reflected and I spent time because I know for me when my daughter took her life, you're in shock of a death like that, such as a murder. I've had another friend, her son was murdered in Miami. They have never found the murderer. She believes she knows who that person is, and it's been years, you don't get over this, and the shock of it, when you see this again, you get re-traumatized. If I could take the pain away from those parents, because I hated the term "time takes time," or "you heal over time," but you have no choice. The next day happens, and the next day. I mean, people take their lives. Parents take their lives because they couldn't save their children. You have to go on. I felt like it was the biggest tribute to my daughter to be able to move on, to do something of good, to heal myself, to honor every day as life. That's me. Other people cannot do that. Everyone processes grief in a very different way. And this is massive collective grief. Part of you is gone. You're not the same person after an event like this happens to you. You are a changed person. Many marriages break up because of the of this trauma that has hit their family. And so now I'm so concerned about all those other children in the school, all the siblings of the children that were lost. They're all severely traumatized. And the children of Ukraine and children around the world are being traumatized by all of this. So we need to be conscious, a conscious collective. And when you do this work of meditation, of prayer, of Reiki, of energy, of healing, go out in nature. Ask God, I don't know why this is happening. We are one. We all evolved as one. We are all connected. So I am even connected to the shooter, and that person lost their life. What is a parent of a child like that going through? We don't know. When you have a conflicted child, you get blamed. And I do feel there should be some parental responsibility in situations where there was negligence and hold some accountability. However, our children are really in danger globally right now, and that is my mission, is saving the children. And that's why I'm speaking out loudly for parental alienation, because the collateral damage is the children. The parents don't realize that. They're angry and they're taking it out on someone else, but the real damage is to the children. So, all of us, let's all pray. Let's all, instead of getting enraged, let's make something change. Let's make our gun laws change. Let's pay attention to troubled children. And let's really work on our own energy fields and vibrations to be able to help heal all of us collectively. And that's what I want to share. You may not understand what I'm sharing, but after going through such massive trauma in my life and learning about healing and learning about people that have moved on or a greater good, that's the space that I live in now and understand. And it was like an onion peel. How can I even forgive? How can I even get to that point? It's little step by step, but if you don't do this work, and forgiveness is so huge, you're hearing lots and lots of things about it now because the people that are damaged are the people that cannot forgive. And we have to be able to put that in play, even just for a little bit. And it is not forgetting their actions. It is not holding people accountable, but it is for us, for our emotional well being and for our mental and physical and emotional health. Because if you don't forgive, maybe this boy, maybe something happened to his father, maybe he was murdered, maybe whatever. So that collective revenge or resentment, this is where it gets manifested. We have to change that paradigm and calm back down and really work with our energy fields. And you may be the tribe of people that understand what I'm talking about, and you may not. But last night I took pause because for me, that was honoring all of those people affected. We're all affected, but because I knew for myself that how do people go on? How do they go to work? How do they just pick up the phone and talk to somebody? Don't they realize this is surreal? My daughter died. I cannot deal with this. How can the world keep going? And I'm sure that those parents are doing that as well. And so for me, that was my way of honoring them by stopping and pausing and knowing that they didn't feel that they could even go on. I hope that helps give understanding to what it is like to walk in those shoes. And I don't wish it on anyone, but we have to have empathy and understand. And the often fear and anger take root and more damage is done. And that's my appeal to you today. Let's back down and um, work in this space because I really truly believe that is where change can happen. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for maybe taking a tidbit away and sharing this with others.